Hello everybody. So today we're doing topic 1, Pengenalan Penghayatan Etika dan Peradaban dalam Acuan Malaysia. So it is basically the introduction of how to appreciate ethics and also the civilization in Malaysia. Okay, let's look at number 1. Etika dan peradaban penting dalam sesebuah masyarakat. Namun, tahap penghayatannya berbeza dan dipengaruhi oleh perkembangan sejarah, struktur sosial, biografi masyarakat berkenaan. Now, it means ethics and civilization is very important in a society. However, the way civilization or ethics is being appreciated is different, and it is influenced by a few factors such as perkembangan sejarah, the way history, the development of history. Okay, struktur social, the social structure, that is masyarakat, negara, pasaran. Okay, ketiga, biografi masyarakat berkenaan. Okay, it can be from an individual perspective, family, community. Biografi masyarakat berkenaan. So, whenever they asked you, how is etika dan peradaban is being influenced? Okay, there are three factors, which is A, perkembangan sejarah, struktur sosial dan biografi masyarakat berkenaan. Let's look at second point. Etika dan peradaban penting kerana berkepribadian tinggi, saling menghormati, hidup harmoni, membina negara bangsa. If you find this 4 points is too much for you, you can just take 3 points. Okay, this is the importance of ethics and civilization. Makes sense, right? Very simple, very direct. Let's look at point number 3. Penghayatan etika dan peradaban di Malaysia boleh dihuraikan dan difahami mengikut Acuan Malaysia berdasarkan susur masa evolusi sejarah. Iaitu, so I have written out an acronym here. You can actually memorize it using this concept here. Alright, or you can just look at the terms. Okay, if you have a different method, you can use that. Now, when you see the word susur masa evolusi, then you should know here's one. Prakolonial, col is for colonial, PCK is for pascakolonial. Prakolonial, colonial, and pascakolonial. Alam Melayu. In prakolonial, what you should know is it is Alam Melayu, konsep adab dan adat. Okay, adab, adat istiadat dan adat resam during pra-colonial season. Okay, telah wujud mendukung sistem nilai pemerintahan masyarakat tradisional dan peradaban. Okay, beradab. Beradab ialah seseorang yang mempunyai baik budi bahasa dan sopan, right? If you have adab, that means you're a person with good manners, mempunyai baik budi bahasa dan sopan. Orang yang beradab tidak akan meninggikan suara apabila berkata-kata dengan ibu bapanya. This is a example. Seseorang telah maju tingkat kehidupannya, kemajuan sosial dan kebudayaan sesuatu bangsa, merujuk kepada peradaban, sistem dan tahap perkembangan sosial sesuatu bangsa. So basically, this is the definition of adab, beradab. Okay, how will a person that has adab will actually behave? So these are the points. So you can try to understand this and write down if they ever asked you the meaning of adab or beradab. Now, we learned about concept adab, adat istiadat and adat resam. Now we have adat istiadat and adat resam. Here are the points. Now how do I remember these points? Okay, let's see. Adat resam ialah adat yang menjadi kebiasaan kepada sesuatu kaum. Contohnya, adat resam berkaitan perkahwinan iaitu merisik, bertunang, majlis perkahwinan. Now, I tend to remember this adat resam. I remember the word resam as rasam. Rasam is from kaum India. So, it is something to do with kaum, right? So, adat resam, right? I remember there's this kaum. So, adat yang menjadi kebiasaan kepada sesuatu kaum. Okay? It has become a norm to a specific religion. Okay? So, religion, is it religion? Sorry, it has become a norm to a race, to a specific race. Okay, so adat resam ialah adat yang menjadi kebiasaan kepada sesuatu kaum. Contohnya, adat resam berkaitan perkahwinan. Okay, we're talking about perkahwinan here. Let me just get the highlighter. Okay, adat resam berkaitan perkahwinan. So, if adat resam berkaitan perkahwinan, we have merisik, bertunang, and majlis perkahwinan. Now, let's look at adat istiadat pula. Adat istiadat merupakan berbagai-bagai adat yang diikuti. So, the key word here is berbagai-bagai adat. So, if adat resam is something to do with kaum, adat istiadat is something to do with berbagai-bagai adat yang diikuti. Majlis rasmi untuk menyambut sesuatu peristiwa. Contohnya pertabalan dan perkahwinan. Majlis rasmi untuk menyambut sesuatu peristiwa. Okay. Let's get into the second point. Kolonial. Okay, kolonial. So earlier we did prakolonial, now we are doing kolonial. So kolonial, what is the meaning of kolonial? Sifat dan kefahaman mengenai etika berciri moden diperkenal dan dilaksanakan semasa era kolonial Eropah. The nature and the understanding about modern ethics is being introduced and implemented during the the Europe colonialization season era. Okay, so sifat dan kefahaman mengenai etika berciri moden. So you should know that during pra-colonial, okay, I wonder what's happening with my tongue, but yeah, pra-colonial is for concept adab, adat istiadat, dan adat resam, right? If you're talking about colonial, then it is etika berciri moden. Then you should know etika, ethos, and etiquette. And this is the one. Very easy. For colonial, for pra-colonial, it is alam Melayu, and then you have concept adab, adat, dan adab dan adat. During colonial, you know that it is era colonial Eropah. So we have modern ethics, etika berciri moden, which is etika, ethos, and etiquette. So later on, I'll explain to you what is etika, ethos, and etiquette. Now let's look at pascakolonial. Okay, pascakolonial ialah gabungan kedua-dua bentuk etika, tradisional dan moden. So you have adab, adat istiadat, and adat resam from the pra-colonial season. And then you also have etika, ethos, and etiquette. 6 points. Because why? Pasca-colonial is a combination of traditional and modern. So you have 3 from this pra-colonial, 3 from this colonial. So that is pasca-colonial. Gabungan kedua-dua bentuk etika. You have the traditional ethics, you have the modern ethics. Okay? Dan telah tergarap pada era pasca-kolonial yang pula tersulam dalam Acuan Malaysia. So this combination of these two types of ethics, right, it worked during pasca-colonial. So now you should know the meaning of etika, etiquette, and ethos. Alright? And that we will summarize or we will complete topic 1. Okay. Now let us get into the definition of etika, etiquette, and ethos. Every time when you're studying, you should try to connect it back. Where did you learn etika, etiquette, and ethos? It is during the colonial era. Colonial Eropah. What is etika, etiquette, and ethos? Etika berciri moden. Always try to connect it, okay? So now I'm going to be explaining the definition of etika, etiquette, and ethos. Let me explain to you. Etika, berdasarkan Dewan Bahasa, etika merupakan ilmu berkenaan prinsip-prinsip akhlak atau moral yang menjadi pegangan seseorang individu atau sesuatu kumpulan. Etika bersifat mutlak, misalnya jangan mencuri yang menjadi etika yang tidak boleh ditawar-tawar. So one thing you should know about etika is that it is something that is mutlak. It is something that is already fixed. If it is wrong, it is wrong. Okay? If it is wrong in this society, it is also wrong in that society. It is wrong everywhere. That is etika. Okay? Something that is already fixed. Okay? Etika ialah menjadi pegangan seseorang individu atau sesuatu kumpulan. Okay, for example, jangan mencuri. Mencuri is something that you cannot compromise on. It is already wrong. That is etika. So what you can do is you can say etika adalah ilmu berkenaan prinsip-prinsip akhlak yang menjadi pegangan seseorang individu atau sesuatu kumpulan. Contohnya, jangan mencuri. Ataupun etika bersifat mutlak, misalnya jangan mencuri. Let's look at etiquette. Etiquette hanya berlaku jika ada orang yang hadir. Apabila tidak ada orang, etiquette tidak berlaku. Etiquette adalah cara untuk melakukan perbuatan benar sesuai dengan yang diharapkan. Okey, cara untuk melakukan perbuatan benar sesuai dengan yang diharapkan. Okey, sesuatu yang dianggap tidak sopan dalam sesuatu kebudayaan boleh dianggap sopan di kebudayaan lain. Contohnya, makan menggunakan tangan atau bersendawa waktu makan. Okay? So, again here you should know, etiquette hanya berlaku jika ada orang yang hadir. If there are people, only then etiquette is being done. Apabila tidak ada orang, etiquette tidak berlaku. Okay? What is etiquette actually? Etiquette is a way of doing the right thing. Okay? Etiquette is a way of doing the right thing based on people's expectation. Cara untuk melakukan perbuatan benar sesuai dengan yang diharapkan. For example, it's okay for me to use my hands while eating in this culture. It is not okay in that culture. It is fine to burp while I'm eating in my culture, but it is not fine to burp while eating in the other person's culture. So you see, there's this difference of view, sorry. Therefore, etiquette is not something yang mutlak. So you should know etika is something that is fixed. Etiquette is something that is not fixed. It only happens when there are people around. Okay? That is very simple way of explaining etika and etiquette. You should know the difference by now already. Now let us get into ethos, the last point. Ethos mempunyai makna seperti watak atau adat. Ethos merujuk kepada kepercayaan dan nilai-nilai yang membezakan seseorang masyarakat atau institusi dari orang lain. Ethos merujuk kepada watak yang membezakan sentimen, sifat moral atau kepercayaan seseorang kumpulan atau institusi. Okay, ethos is more like a belief and values. It's more like belief and values that differentiates the people, the society, or an institution from the rest. Okay, ethos refers to the role. Okay, to the role that differentiates sentiment, moral values, beliefs of a group or individual and institution. So this is very simple. Ethos means you should know watak and adat. Kepercayaan di nilai-nilai. So ethos stands by itself. If you want to memorize this, meanwhile etika and etiquette, you might get confused. So a very easy way to do it is from the beginning, try to understand etika and etiquette. One is fixed, one is not fixed. So with this, we are ending topic 1. Thank you.